Okay.
But my favorite isn't on this print, and it's the manager cat who runs the strip club.
A manager cat that runs.
He's a good-hearted
he's a
man.
cat.
He's not sleazy at all. He's not. He's a good-hearted man. And you know, he runs around and he operates the lights and the ladder and everything so that these cheetah girls can show off their tatas.
Oh, see, that's the difference. I'm talking about the whole.
Oh, the giant ass. Oh, yeah, dude.
You
Like,
know, there's people that actually eat it as like an apple.
No. And then like worse when you get like stewed or like grilled tomatoes and it's the big ones and they hand it to you on the stick and it's just like falling off.
Yeah.
Like it's like if I want falling off the bone, I'll get pozole. At least then it's worth my time, you know?
Yo, what's good, guys? So today I got a chance to meet, yes, a special guest. And you wouldn't believe who it is. And chat with the individual, and I had a great time. And we also did some print signings. So before we jump into it, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and let me know how hype you are, man. I was super excited because I'm a big fan of his work, especially with various characters. Shout outs to the Ring fans if you know you're out there. But anyways, man, let's jump into the video right now.
Hello. Okay. Wow. Hello. And now
They missed all of the amazing conversation that we had.
Well, you know what? Now we're going live for the first time. I know for you all joining us, and that's all of you. Hello, my name is Nick D'Orazio, and we are here with Extremely Crossover Events. We're here to celebrate Guilty Gear, Kai, KizzieKay, and what better way to do it than bringing in
all you missed. We'll do like a quick streak.
Yes, okay.
Hi, I'm sorry, babe. This is KizzieKay. His aura is really powerful. My hair is swept to one side. The wall is cracked. I've got urine on my pants already. I'm scared.
The aura is that strong, guys.
The aura is that strong.
The aura is that strong.
So here is your stick.
Yes.
Now let's get back on track.
This is my one of a kind, inspired by Guilty Gear Street Fighter 4 fight stick. I would probably have a better chance of fighting games if I were doing it on like a DDR pad.
So you like that?
Yeah, I'm a DDR person. Like, you know, because they got like that Para Paradise, or if you do like you wave your hands and stuff like that. Let me tell you that. Maybe if we had to actually do the motions of what our characters are doing.
Oh, you're gonna win. Anybody who has the best rhythm is the best character in the game.
So,
the best player.
I was gonna make this, so I'm warning you now. This is gonna kind of be like a pseudo interview because I'm a fighting game player. If you consider Smash Brothers to be a fighting game,
I do consider it.
Anyway, you guys, so this is a combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. We got both. I know, now I'm freaking hungry. We've got both the gameplay and interview section of this, but also it is a Streamly signing. So you can see scrolling along the bottom, we've got streamly.com/SonicMega and also streamly.com/the person you're really here for. And you can go to either of those and purchase a print. In fact, in preparation for this specific signing, and I think you probably see on my Twitter, but this is the first time you're seeing it in person, I had a brand new, first of my time, Kai Kiske print created by @Hanimation, HANIMETION. You can order this right now and have it signed live.
Yes.
You, by the way, will get one for free.
Can you sign it?
If you can manage to beat me.
Yeah.
Can you sign it too if I get a second game?
Of course. If you beat me in a best of 3, I will gladly sign that for you for free.
If you lucky
And
enough.
also, if you visit the streamly.com KizzieKay, we have the exclusive, never before seen the first time, stained glass Kizzie. Yo, I mean,
that was too good.
this thing is just dope, right?
Shout out to my man, Chet.
Action.
In
goes
GOAT
hard.
we trust.
Yeah, in GOAT we trust.
This
Shout out
thing's
to
glossy.
Chet, man.
You want this thing framed?
Listen,
we got it.
You know what's mad cool about this too? It's like all the pictures that I have, I do take pictures with. I always do the peace sign. So
Yeah,
I'm really glad
he knows, dude. He
added
knows.
the peace sign
That's funny
too.
because like
Detail.
I need to get a print of a character doing what I do whenever I get photos taken, which I gotta wait till he moves so I can do it.
Oh yeah, what's up?
This is my power stance. It's like a gremlin mode. All right, so do you want to? We should probably back and forth there. We're like, we do one of mine and then one of yours. So the first person I'm going to be signing this for, my friend AKL. So he went to a convention, I think it was BLFC, and less than 30 minutes after showing up at this hotel, runs into Sonic Fox, who's like one of his fighting game idols.
Oh, that's amazing.
So yeah.
I actually have a good friend of mine that works at Arcsys. His name is Kenny.
Kenny?
Yeah. He used to be one of my students in Guilty Gear Revelator 2.
And it's pretty funny seeing that he works now at the office.
Right.
You know, so it's pretty cool. He actually does the artwork side, so
Right.
he's so happy about his art and everybody supporting it too. So it's pretty cool.
That's the weirdest part for me. Like, and that I'll have people bring up roles that I did like 5, 8, 10 years ago and just be like, that's what inspired me to get into voice acting. You know, yeah, that's how I first learned about you. It's so cool that like we can have an impact on these people long after we feel like certain parts of our legacy have already aged out, you know? Like, have you ever had someone come up to me like, I used to watch you back when you were playing, when you first started on this game?
Yeah, and you know, it blows my mind. I'm like, wow, you remember that? It makes me happy, and like, you know, I always want to do something back for those type of people because, you know, great people like that always like, it's like an energy, you know, it's like a piece of, it's like a battery, you know, it's a really good, strong, energetic that keeps you going.
There can be pressure with it too, though, because then you feel like when I started streaming, for me, it was just because I was bored during the pandemic and I wanted to be able to like entertain people and just chill and relax. And the community has grown so much that now at times it feels like another job where it's like,
obligated.
Like I'm excited to play this game, but to have that energy on for 4, 5, 6 hours, depending on how long I go, 4 to 5 days a week is exhausting.
It is, dude. And you know, that's why sometimes I always tell myself I take days off. Sometimes my mind feels guilty about it, but I like tell myself in the mirror, like, nah, you did this. Look what you did this week.
Right.
Look what you did this week.
Sometimes it's easy as telling yourself, I need to take this day off or else I can't do my best work on the work to come.
Exactly.
Like, there are days where I want to be recording and I can feel the raspiness in my throat, and I realize, like, if you don't force this rest on yourself, you are going to go in tomorrow and it's going to sound scratchy as hell, and then you're going to be even more upset with yourself because you can't do the work that needs to be done.
Yeah, you know, I'm actually I feel like people now are starting to be more open about their self. And I think what's really important too is recognizing that you're not your best today. And, you know, not trying to just get it over with. Don't have the mindset, let me just get it over with today and just do it. Because then you're not going to be happy. You're going to be very disappointed when something doesn't fall out in place, you know? And I think acknowledging that is always great because now you can make your choices. Like, you know, today's not my best day. Let's do it tomorrow.
I would even argue that on some days you don't need to be, you don't need to be perfect all the time, but even on some days it doesn't even need to be great.
Yes.
As long as you can, without any sense of guilt or disbelief, if you can honestly say that you put forth the effort that you could muster, I think that's more important in the end than if it was done to the best quality that it could be.
Yes.
For 2 reasons. One, there are a lot of things in life that are perfectly fine, even if they're not finely perfected.
I agree with that, yes.
Yes. And the second one is because the mentality of, even when I can't give my 100%, I'm still going to give everything that I can give at this moment, is way more important because it helps instill consistency in your mentality rather than just giving up at the first sign of trouble, or worse, going, well, if I can't do it at 100%, I'm not even going to do it at all.
Right.
Which is extremely dangerous because that's when you end up falling into this pit of, well, I couldn't do it last time, how can I trust I'll be able to do it now? I'm not even going to try anymore. And then all of a sudden there's not even part of the way, you're just down here constantly.
Yep.
So
was it something that you always believed that you can do?
what?
Voice acting.
So it started out really selfish, and I'll explain after I put this notepad in so that people have time to order a print for you to sign and get us closer to that giveaway. So when I first discovered it, it was very selfish because it was, oh, I can be loud and rambunctious and obnoxious, but if it fits the character, I could get paid money for it. And it was also, I'm embarrassed to say this, but one of the first things that I said on Newgrounds.com when I started voice acting was, guys, I found my life purpose. Before I die, I want to voice in an anime. It wasn't even a main character. It was, I want to voice in an anime. And I almost dropped my college to like, when because long story short, I was offered a chance to do like a mock recording for Bang Zoom after I won a competition. And like, I had to have a serious talk with my family about, are you gonna drop college and immediately move out to California? I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't, but it was just kind of like that heat of the moment thing. So it was very selfish and rambunctious. It was like, oh, I can be high energy and get paid for it instead of it just annoying people around me. But the longer I've gotten into the industry, the more I've realized that it speaks to me on a lot of different levels. For example, there are things that aren't possible in real life, just physically not possible to the best of our knowledge, that are commonplace in this game. You know, the idea of swinging a sword with finesse and like launching a project. Who hasn't had a dream about like even like as early as like the Legend of Zelda, if you were at full hearts and Link had like the little laser sword.
Oh yeah.
Who hasn't dreamed of doing a throw of some sort and hurling a projectile towards your opponent that's just made of ethereal energy? That's really freaking cool. And it's possible in a game like this. So getting to explore those impossibilities, getting to explore those different characters and step into their shoes and be something else for a while, I hate to say it, but in the current state of the world, having that escape is even more helpful than ever before. But also because that's how I plan to achieve immortality. I hate to say that my mom passed away at the age of 40, and it sits on my mind sometimes, like, you know, what if I end up with the same fate? You know, what if what afflicted her afflicts me? But the idea is, and I really hope I'm not cursing the heavens by saying this, we lost a dear friend of ours, a dear colleague, Billy Kometz, recently, and we lost Brad Venable, I believe, the year before. But immediately after he passed on, people were recognizing his voice in all of these games that they were playing. In Fire Emblem, you know, 3 Hopes that just came out, in 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, and a lot of anime that he voiced in. And the fact is that even for people who aren't ready to say goodbye yet, he could still be there to entertain, to have fun with them. There were a lot of posts shortly after he passed away of his performance in Persona 5 Royal, because he plays the therapist who works at the school. And there's so many lines about like therapy and about moving on and about accepting grief into your life that are now being said by a guy that is no longer with us. And it hit different, man. It hit so hard. But that's kind of what speaks to me, is like, even if I'm no longer here, as long as you have access to a piece of media that I voice in, there's still the opportunity for me to help create that other world for you, for me to bring you into a different space and entertain you and let you feel that little bit of joy for a little bit longer.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah,
wow.
That's a good answer.
That's actually pretty real.
You really do have so many characters.
I voiced every character on this print. I don't know if you watch. I don't know if you watch Beastars, but
I have not.
Most of these are like side characters. Like this dude literally just shows up to talk about a newspaper clipping. He's probably the major one out of all of them. He's a roommate, and he like answers something for Lego sheets so that he can progress the plot.
Okay.
But my favorite isn't on this print, and it's the manager cat who runs the strip club.
A manager cat that runs
He's a good-hearted man.
cat,
He's not sleazy at all. He's not. He's a good-hearted man. And, you know, he runs around and he operates the lights and the ladder and everything so that these cheetah girls can show off their tatas.
Oh.
I'll let you decide between 2 different questions.
Okay.
Question 1, option 1. What is an unreasonable grudge you hold about or against something that you refuse to let go of? Or, like you know it's petty, you know it doesn't gain you anything by having this grudge, but you still have it anyway and you'll die on that hill. Or, what is something that you enjoy, whether it's a game or a show or something that you are sure no one else has ever heard of, and so you're like alone in that regard. It's like, I want to talk about this, and every time I bring it up, people are like, what the hell is that? Whether it's like, this show is so dumb, or I don't know why they think this is a good thing.
I gotta say that I think the most thing that I can't let go is I don't understand. I think people are going to come at me sideways for this, but I don't understand how people like tomatoes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm so like, when somebody like praises tomatoes as like this like next level thing to like eat, I'm just like, bro, I don't understand.
Can I ask a follow-up question to that?
What?
Do you enjoy sour candy? Do you enjoy sour stuff? It's very curious.
That's like,
Because, like, for me, the reason why I like tomatoes is because I always enjoy anything that has a bit of tartness or like sourness to it, and tomatoes have acid in them, obviously. And for me, it kind of gives it that little kick, that little bit of flavor. And I can imagine a lot of people who enjoy it in salads enjoy it because lettuce by itself is very bland. You know, carrots, unless you dress them up, can be very bland. But tomatoes kind of add that little bit of flavor. But I understand where you're coming from.
tomato apologist over here.
Dude, for some reason, I'm just like, I look at the tomato, I'm like, bro, they eating that? And like, bro, it's just like.
I also think, but I also prefer when the tomatoes are small and they kind of pop, like you
See,
can
that's
bite
the
into them.
difference. I'm talking about the whole.
Oh, the giant ass. Oh, yeah, dude.
You
Like,
know, there's people that actually eat it at like an apple.
no. And then like worse when you get like stewed or like grilled tomatoes and it's the big ones and they hand it to you on the stick and it's just like falling off.
Yeah.
Like it's like if I want falling off the bone, I'll get pozole. At least then it's worth my time, you know? Melee or zoner, who is more frequently cooler to watch?
You know what's crazy? I feel like as a spectator audience, Melee is number one, but because I'm in the battlefield, I think zoning is the most fun to watch.
I feel that.
You know why I agree with you? So you remember, his name was Chris. It was Chris something. He would play Morgan in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Chris G. He was, at one point, he was like the most hated player in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 because of his spam with Morgan. And I just remember thinking, if he can manage to do those inputs correctly for 5.5 minutes straight to keep the opponent from going in, and that is a blessing on him for having it that down pat, and a dig against the opponent, you know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
If you can't, one, come up with a counter to that, or at least perfect the flash counter so that you can move in, or at least figure out a defense against it, that's on you, man.
Yeah, like just a match.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, I am going to start packing up and dipping out. I love you guys so much. Please, if you missed ordering it today, please consider showing up. I have multiple conventions I'm coming up to. Mid-S Anime, Crunchyroll Expo, Windbloom Festival Con that's coming, Power Up Expo. These will also be available in person along with my wife's candles. If you're a candle person, talk to me, dude. I will ship you one of my wife's candles for free.
I will message
so you will understand how good what she does
I will message you.
I'm heading out of here at twitch.tv/SonicMega at 5 p.m. today, ideally. I will be doing the next episode of my live dub playthrough of Ace Attorney 3. You can hear members from my community live dub the game while I play through it for the very first time.
That's pretty amazing. What?
All right.
Here you go.
I'm out, y'all.
All right, thank you
care,
so
man.
much,
Drive
Sean. Honestly, Sean, thank you so much for bringing the energy, for bringing the Kai. Yo, thank you so much for coming out, man.
Oh, awesome, man. It was a pleasure being here.
Thank you.
It's actually amazing, and I know a lot of people are big fans of just Sean and
Sean brings the energy
and his characters, so it was an honor just to be one of his sick characters, and
Yeah.
being a fan of his character as well.
He'll take care of you. All right, well, hey, bro, you're free, you're free. This is the end of your first Streamly Live, but guys, if you appreciated this stream, give me
a follow, support your boy. We love games. We love a lot of characters too. Big fan of Virgil, so if you guys are Virgil fans from Devil May Cry, you already know. Team Blue, thank you guys so much as always, and I appreciate you guys buying all of these prints, prints and everything. It's really great. So thank you guys so much.
Peace.